Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to part 2 of Konosuba Resurrection of Verdia. Today I'm showing off the quest. Now, although this has not been English patched, the quest has certain amount of enemies to beat, or certain things you need to recover, or certain times you need to meet in the time trials, which by the way will be unlocked after you beat the game. Oh, and by the way, Konosuba has to be frozen 10 times by the Ice Shogun. Meanwhile, Verdia's castle has to be blown to smithereens 10 times. Oh, about that. We'll get on that in just a moment. I'll show you how to do that. But for right now, there's also the lettuce, they have the lettuce minigame, which is unlocked at the end of the game. Although I'm not going to be playing that because primarily you're going to be practically doing what I was doing back in part 1 and killing lettuce. Although you're going to reach a high score, you got to watch out for cabbage. But whatever the case, the Aerys that I happen to pick up throughout the entirety of stage 1, I'm going to use for not only create water, but steel. Steel is going to be your best friend and the one thing that will break this entire game in half. Yeah, you can try to get the other skills, and there's two different skills. I mean, there's two different items actually. There is the Sua, which is the beer that normally Aqua drinks until she vomits rainbows, and the Manatite. Sorry. But right now we're going to Megumin stage. And the Megumin stage is literally the crypt where Konosuba and company happen to be trying to find, I think, a treasure. I'm trying to remember what treasure it was, but they were trying to find a treasure. But whatever the case, this guy right here is still trying to make out that he's a tough guy and basically telling you things like you can exit stages if they get too tough for you, come back in and do it again. But here's the thing, if you exit a stage, you're gonna have to start the stage all over again. Now, here's another thing. The only time you would come back to the guild is if you want to try to accept another quest. And also to use whatever Aerys you have to buy more skills, which you are going to do. You're going to stop what you're doing and buy more skills. By the way, the ability to leave stages after you beat them only happens when you beat the stage. Obviously, what? No. Let me rephrase that. You can leave the stage at any time, even if it's too tough. Come back and gain level from it. You can just level grind from certain areas, but still. So, to start things off, aside from the ghost, we have these platforms here, which you're gonna have to actually try to level out. Come on, damn it. And once you do, you gotta get it high enough so that Konosuba can make the jump and go through. And then there's these platforms here, the blue crystal platforms, which will disappear if you jump on them. And then there are also green ones, which, by the way, are disappearing, reoccurring blocks, aka Yoku blocks, god damn it. And then there's the red ones that actually stay still but move to the set pattern. You gotta be careful with these ones, because they will actually move in a set pattern, and chances are you may end up accidentally jumping into the lava. By the way, the lava is one-hit kill. Also, there is an Easter egg in this stage. Oh god, I almost fell to my death. Oh, Lord have mercy. Well, you'll find out what happens when I die. Because it happens in this part, but not right here. But anyway, there is an Easter egg in this area. Because I think somewhere in this area, Yun should be staring through the window. I mean, in the stage. I forgot which area she's in, but Yun would just show up out of nowhere in the background trying to look for Megumin. So yes, and she'll still be there until Megumin's defeated. But once Megumin's defeated, Union will disappear. So there's that. In fact, I think she shows up around here? I'm trying to remember. But for those who don't know who Union is, she's a fellow Crimson Demon like Megumin. The difference is she practically she's more skilled than Megumin and doesn't just learn explosion magic. But more importantly, she's also a Florent, and more importantly, she's the chief's daughter. So yeah, there's that. So here's the deal with what I'm doing with this orc. Staying at a safe distance so that the orc's mace or ball and chain does not hit me. And I'm staying also at a safe distance from these toads. Yes, the pink ones are actually stronger than the green ones. But the green ones are the ones that are on the quest. So yeah. They have 2 sets of quests for those toads. One that's 20 and one that's 15. Ew. Anyway, I mean the toads aren't that bad. It's just the fact that the toads are pretty dangerous if you let them, you know, eat you. They take off like a third of your health. So yeah, if you're not at a high enough level, they'll probably kill you. Well, everything in this game will more than likely kill you. So, with that said, just jump on the disappearing, reappearing blocks before they disappear again, and just kill everything that stands in your way. We're almost at the halfway point. Actually, we are at the halfway point here. Sorry, I had to wipe my nose because it was itching. And there's a Minotaur here. I gotta be careful. And I'm gonna have to use Steel. Steel is gonna save my behind because this Minotaur also does a lot of damage. Thankfully, my sword actually does as much damage as I possibly needed to do. And I gained a level, but that did not restore my health. Whatever the case, there is a hidden area there. And that hidden area actually has an upgrade that will permanently upgrade your health. You're gonna need Steel in order to get it, though. That's one of the reasons why you're going to need Steel. Because I do believe also one of the quests is stealing a comic book. Oh, and I fell into lava. Oops. And this is what happens when I die. And I left this in for a reason. Well, Aerys will explain what happens, that every time you die, you come into the world of the afterlife. But here's the thing about Aerys. Aerys is the goddess that replaces Aqua, who was taken to Axel courtesy of Kazuma. The thing is, Aqua's so pissed off that Aerys took her spot that Aqua made it a point to spread the rumor that Aerys pats her breast, which she actually does. Because, yeah, for those who don't know, Aerys is actually Chris, and Chris is hanging around Darkness because Darkness wished for a friend. That's why Darkness is a part of her cult. And the difference between her cult and the Axis cult, despite how crazy the Axis cult is, at least they actually do miracles for free. The Axis cult actually is insane, by the way, but it's the Aerys cult that's the problem. They're cheapskates. And they do not want to do miracles without seeing any cash. And that's the one thing that separates the two cults. So, with that said, she's always upset whenever somebody mentions about her padded breast. But every time you die, you're gonna see Aerys. Oh, and by the way, in order to get that HP up from that hidden area, you're gonna have to use steel. So now let's go on ahead and finish off this stage and try not to fall into the damn lava this time. Lava is bad. I can't believe I made that dash jump. I would have fell right in the lava right again. And I would have pretty much made everybody pissed off that I'm delaying time again. God, it'd be sort of Popinski all over again. Seriously, 57 tries just to beat that guy. I'm still salty about that shit. Anyway, we're gonna go on ahead and jump down and be careful not to jump into spikes, because after all, there are gonna be spikes, and then they're gonna hurt. Oh God, please don't die, please don't die, please don't die. We only got a few more areas to go. Actually, we're at the home stretch. In fact, here we are. So let's heal ourselves and prepare for battle, because now we face off against Megumin, who is completely brainwashed by Verdia. And Megumin, for those of you who don't know, she hails from the Crimson Demons. Well, the Crimson Demon tribes. And the thing is about Megumin, she's always using explosion magic no matter what. But the reason why she's constantly using explosion magic is because of what Verdia did to her. Then there's also the time where Whis empowered her so that she could use some explosion magic as well. And also the time that Aqua kept healing her and restoring her mana. Then of course, Cosmo once again breaks the fourth wall, talking about supplying his supportness with magic power. Now here's how Megumin works. Sometimes Megumin will stop, heal herself, and constantly masturbate with her staff. I know that sounds awkward. Very, very awkward, especially since she's a 14-year-old. But still, Megumin also can actually get stolen. And yes, that actually just happened. I just stole Megumin's panties and I got hit with Explosion. Explosion is a one-hit kill. I had to show that off, by the way. Now for the real battle. You can actually take a cheap shot at Megumin before the battle even starts. But whatever the case, you can stop her from healing as well. But she does stand still to try to use Explosion. Explosion will trigger, and you better get the hell out of the way. And as you saw, it's a one-hit kill. You will die the moment you get hit with Explosion. And that's on any difficulty, not just normal, hard, or very hard. So yeah, I better get out of the way, and I just got caught in the hitboxes of the stone plates that almost killed me. Oh, and just for the record, yes, you can steal her panties, as you saw, and they do have a special Easter egg that they have hearts and they are dark, meaning she actually likes it when Konosuba steals her panties. I mean, I'm sorry, it looks really awkward, but nonetheless, whenever she's down and out after casting Explosion, that's when she's at her most vulnerable. But she will keep healing herself. She's not the first boss that does, and it certainly isn't the last. Eventually, you're gonna have to use steel on her and keep her from healing. And with that said, oh God, I almost died there. She's almost dead. In fact, she's dead right now. Boom! And that takes care of Megumin. But before we continue, in order for this to actually end, we're gonna have to jump up to Megumin and press down. And this will more than likely steal her powers. Remember what I said about this being a Mega Man-esque type game? Yeah. Now you know the reason why I came here first. With that said, we get one of the best spells in the game, although it takes 100 MP to pull off Explosion. But yes, it is a surefire kill to most things. Except for a couple of bosses. But there's one boss in particular that the moment you hit her with Explosion, she's down for the count. To torment girls like this, seriously, the Demon King is unforgivable. Yeah, Demon King's unforgivable. Yeah, that's right, because I so totally did not just beat the crap out of Megumin and left a giant bruise on top of her head that's bandaged up. Nope, I sure did not. Well, folks, that was literally Kazuma, the true advocate of gender equality. I'm gonna say, but before we do, there's one thing we need to go to. Back to the opening stage, because remember that 10 explosion thing? Yeah, that's another reason why I got Explosion. Because this is how you fulfill that quest. Here, let me show you. And yes, Verdia's castle gets set ablaze by blowing it up. The one thing that started this whole ordeal to begin with is an actual quest. It's freaking hilarious, ladies and gentlemen. It seriously is. And there we go. So just do that about 10 times and you actually fulfill the quest. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm done here, and I will see you all in the next episode of Konosuba Revenge of Verdia, when we go into part 3 and take on the blue thing, Aqua. This is RVman985. Peace out.